Hey G-Fans, GoGFan93 here, and welcome to another figure review. In this review, we are going to be talking about the new Godzilla Bandai Creation 2014 figure. Alright guys, so what you're looking at right here is the new Bandai Creation Godzilla 2014 6-inch figure. This is the latest figure from Bandai Creation. Now, I actually got this a little bit early before it hit store shelves because I ordered it from Entertainment Earth. So if you guys are wanting to get this figure now, I recommend getting it from Entertainment Earth. But as far as it coming into stores, I believe it might be hitting store shelves sometime next month. So yeah, there's a little bit of information on how you can get the figure. So yeah, this figure, like right out of the box when I first got him, I freaking loved it. I love this figure. It is, like, I was actually amazed with the quality that Bandai Creation put out with this guy right here. So I'm just spinning him around. I wish I had the spinner things, but oh well. So anyways, we'll start with the sculpt and detail. So first off, yeah, sculpt and detail. Basically, I mean, the sculpt is just really nice. I love the way the figure, the dynamic pose that he's at. Because usually Bandai Creation and actually a lot of the Bandai figure, like the Bandai Japan figures, they're kind of just like, you know, normal Godzilla pose. But this actually has a dynamic pose. Godzilla's actually standing like he's about to attack the Muto. Like you see it from the side, you know, he looks like he's about to attack the Muto. His tail's curled up. I love the fact that his tail's curled up. It's also good for shelf space, so you know his tail isn't taking up the whole back, so you can actually have him facing forward. The spikes are really well done. The dorsal plates are really good all the way down to his tail. And we got his toenails right here, sculpted pretty nice. Let's see if that'll focus. Hopefully that'll focus. And we go all the way up to his hands. Once again, very nicely sculpted. His torso, once again, really nicely sculpted. Look at the detail in his chest. Pretty awesome. And then the face detail is really nice too. And actually, at first, I wasn't, when I saw this on the internet, like on pictures and stuff, I actually wasn't sold on the figure. Like, I didn't like the fact that his head looked kind of disproportionate to his body, but actually seeing it in person, it actually is perfect. It literally is it's the best proportion. I mean, his head might be a little bit bigger, but I mean, it fits. It's really good. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention is, well, I guess, actually, no, we'll talk about that when I get to articulation. But yeah, the sculpt is awesome. I love the sculpt, and also the detail is very well done. Very good quality from Bandai Creation. This is one of their best figures, in my opinion. So, yeah, definitely sculpt and detail, 2 thumbs up. Now we go on to the paint job. Now the paint job, once again, standard Godzilla 2014, you know, paint. We got the dark charcoal gray going on throughout his whole body, but then we have like the lighter tan brown going throughout his underbelly and his under the tail. And then in his mouth, he has little yellow eyes and a red tongue and white bone teeth. So pretty good right there. Actually, it's not white bone. Actually, it's just pure white teeth. So Godzilla's been brushing his teeth, that's for sure. Sadly, the one thing that I will say that's bad about the paint job is they did not paint his dang toenails. I really do not like it when they don't paint the nails, because I like it when the nails are painted because it gives it more dynamic to the paint job. So yeah, sadly the nails on both his hands and feet are not painted. Yeah, and also the thing that I still haven't gotten used to with 2014 is that his dorsal fins are the same color as his like his skin here. So I really wish they would have at least made, like, and this isn't the figure's fault. This is actually on the movie, the designers themselves, how they didn't even make his spikes have a different color from the rest of his body. I kind of wish they would have done that, but oh well, what are you going to do? But anyways, overall the paint job is really awesome. Okay, so now we go on to the scale. So this is a 6-inch Bandai figure, and I set him up next to my Bandai figures. He sits perfectly with all of them, but I'm going to bring in a couple figures to compare with. So right here, let's see, I'm actually going to bring up Godzilla Final Wars right here. So this is the Bandai Creation Godzilla Final Wars. As you can see, scales up pretty perfect, although in movie accuracy, Godzilla 2014 would be a lot bigger than Godzilla from Final Wars, but oh well. when it comes to the 6-inch line, these guys stack up pretty well. Here is a Bandai Japan figure. This is the 1954 Godzilla. And yeah, Godzilla 2014 is a bit bigger, so I don't know if this might be accurate to the movies, but probably not. I think the show of Godzilla was a lot smaller, but they're stacked up against a Bandai Japan figure, so pretty cool right there. And then I also thought it was fitting to compare him with the Bandai Japan 2014 Bandai figure. So we have the Muto figure right here. Pretty, it looks pretty good together. Obviously, he has the tag, Bandai Japan, whatever. Yeah, pretty good, half his size, which, he's a little bit smaller though, I think, or he might be this, actually, I think he might be this size, actually. Is he this size in the movie? He's probably a little bit smaller, but overall, these two really fit well together. And then the big comparison that a lot of people are going to bring up is the Bandai Japan Godzilla 2014 figure versus the Bandai Creation or Bandai USA figure. Now, when I first got the Bandai Japan figure, I freaking loved it right out of the box. It was my favorite, and I was so happy that I got it. But once I got this guy, I like this figure a little bit better than this one, just because of the dynamic pose. There seems to be more detail in the face than this figure. There wasn't a lot of good facial detail, but I still love both of these figures just as much. And there's the comparison. So the Bandai Creation is a little bit bigger than the Bandai Japan one, a little bit smaller. Also the tails, obviously, they have him going straight out while the Bandai Creation has him curled. So, but there are the scale comparisons. Alright, so now we're going to move on to articulation. Now, this is a standard Bandai Creation figure, so there's not going to be too much articulation, but there will be a little bit. So, I'll just start. So, the head does not move. The head is one piece on the body, does not move. The arms move a little bit. They go up and like this. Yes, they do not spin, but it doesn't matter. They don't need to spin. This is basically all you need to do. And what's interesting, this is what I want to bring up. This is actually the first Bandai Creation figure that actually has, the shoulders kind of are pronounced, and instead of moving the arms up and down like this, you actually kind of move them out and kind of in. So it's kind of cool. I like how it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different from standard Godzilla figures. And then we move on to his feet. Obviously got some articulation right here. This one is, okay, there we go. That just needed to get a little movement there. This one's a little bit tougher to move. But yeah, you still got your standard, walking. So all you stop motion people, you can still do your, stop motion with this figure. And his tail, I believe, there is a seam here, but I actually cannot move his tail, so I don't recommend you do it neither. So I guess his tail doesn't actually move, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, basically there's really only 4 points of articulation. That is it. So if you're an articulated fan, this figure might not be for you, but this is an SH Monster Art, so it doesn't have to be 100% articulated. So yeah, that's it for articulation. So my final thoughts on this figure is that this is a brilliant figure from Bandai Creation. I highly recommend getting this, even if you're one of those collectors that doesn't necessarily like Bandai Creation because you think it's not the real thing. But I highly recommend it because this mold, this figure, this whole design, Bandai Japan does not have this. This is the Bandai Japan figure that you get. So if you want a more dynamic Godzilla 2014 6-inch Bandai figure without the dumb gimmicks that the other ones had, this is definitely for you. I really highly recommend getting it. It's not expensive at all. You just go into Entertainment Earth. I think I paid $12 for it or something like that. I don't really remember exactly. I think $12 plus shipping or something like that. So definitely highly recommend this figure. This is my new #1 favorite Bandai Creation figure. I love this figure. He fits perfectly with all my other Bandai Creation figures, and I just couldn't ask for more. This guy is awesome. So definitely go out and buy this guy. It's worth it. And that's it for my review for this figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, stay big, G-fans.